Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Brenda Toyloy. I want to get started, right, and give thanks to the Almighty Creator for having us all here tonight, and for all of us just understanding how important it is to do things in an organic, vegan way, and to have doctors such as Dr. Glenn here. So, and thank you to Millburn Holistic Chamber of Commerce and Dr. G and Dental Organization. Oh, I gotta turn this on. So everybody, if you could turn off your cell phones, that would be great.
Oh, yeah.
And let's learn the facts about water flowing into our homes, okay? So again, I'm pleased to meet you. I'm Brenda Toyloy. I'm the CEO of Tap Water Doctor LLC. And Sunman Energy, I work with them. I'm a freedom expert selling solar. We're creating a holistic home, a sustainable home, okay? That's affordable, sustainable, way into the future, taking down everybody's costs. I'm a former Newark, New Jersey Environmental Commissioner and a Millburn Holistic Chamber of Commerce member. I'm also a Maplewood Chamber of Commerce member and a retired Verizon Special Services Wholesale Field Technician. Yeah, I worked in the business district for years. I just recently retired in 2015. I'm from New York City and I'm a homeowner in New York now, New Jersey for 12 years. I have more than 30 years of leadership experience. I'm a community activist. I fought about this water in the city of Newark where I live for it not to be privatized. And we won. We put through a referendum and just shut everything down. And our current, prior mayor, Cory Booker, couldn't take the water from Newark. 35,000 acres, he was ready to give it away to plug a budget. Okay, and so we stopped that. I'm a small business owner and I'm a very straightforward person. Okay, so this is my logo, Tap Water Doctor LLC, and I work with Multipule USA. So I'm a seller. I sell water filtration systems and also ionizers, but this presentation is basically going to be about water filtration systems. I'm an educator and trainer of independent builders. Multipure is the industry global leader who manufactures, has all of their systems NSF certified, warranties the systems, provides tools, support, and resources. It's a fantastic company to work with. We're going to talk about part one, because I usually do two parts, okay? We're just going to talk about part one today. And the question is your source water safe to drink, to cook with, to bathe in, or even alkalize? And the question is, why do ionizer companies say get a pre-filter? Anyway, the one that I work with definitely says, I work with two, definitely says get a pre-filter. People make the mistake of not pre-filtering that water before they ionize it. And so we're looking at all the contamination that is actually in our lives, whether we realize it or not. We kind of know. You know, so one of the biggest questions is, did the damming of the rivers provide an everlasting, clean, healthful, sustainable water for you and your families? Is the water you ionize to drink, cook with, and bathe in filtered, clean, healthful water? This is the question that we want to, answer. This is what the pipes look like underground. Okay? And New York and New Jersey, the infrastructure systems, and I'm just talking about the water infrastructure system right now, but we also have to understand down the same block comes the sewer pipes. Okay? And there's cross-contamination. These pipes are leaking all the time. There's holes in it everywhere. And so is, even though nobody wants to talk about it, I talk about it to bring your mindset up to speed as to what is actually happening underground and what's coming out. All right, it's clear, but is lead clear? It's clear. A lot of the chemicals are clear. So don't trust the clarity of the water. Most of you are doctors in here. You know what I'm talking about, okay? So just to give you a little history, the National Sanitation Foundation, it's called NSF now, international, okay, because they're global. Everything is moving into a global sphere. 1944, it was established to protect public health, and it is today the go-to organization for regulators and manufacturers, whoever's making these systems, okay? The Federal Water Pollution Control Act was the first U.S. law to address water pollution. And that was established in 1948. The Environmental Protection Agency was established in 1970, and so was Multipure, 1970, okay? The Clean Water Act 1972 was passed by Congress under the leadership of U.S. President Richard Nixon, and after it was passed, our president vetoed it. Why did he do that? I'm asking you the question. Why? Okay. The Safe Drinking Water Act is the act that basically looks at setting the standards for contaminants in the water, the maximum contaminant levels, the maximum contaminant goals, what is allowable in the water. You have to also understand who's at the table making these decisions. A lot of the times things are pushed through and then they're vetoed. Who's coming to the table and stopping that? Okay? The Toxic Substance Control Act, 1976, this freaks me out. How in the world could 62,000 man-made chemicals be pushed through, grandfathered in, without any testing from the EPA? 62,000? And since then, what is it, like 5 contaminants have been regulated since that time? It's totally ridiculous. So this is what we're up against as a human race. It affects all of us. Okay? Recently, President Barack Obama signed into law U.S. Senator Frank Lautenberg's Chemical Safety for the 21st Century Act. Okay, and believe me, it'll get beat up. So we want to look at fracking, hydraulic fracturing. The Marcellus Shale, it lies 8,000 feet below New York and Pennsylvania. Thank God it is not under New Jersey. Okay? And the crazy thing about it is that with the fracturing, they actually pump in almost 600, according to the documentary Gasland, okay? They pump in 596 toxic chemicals down 8,000 feet into the earth, right? And they won't tell us what it is. It's trade secrets. It's trade secrets. Okay? Now, this is what you're looking at right here is the storage and disposal of contaminated wastewater from fracking. And of course that can lead to the pollution of rivers, streams, and groundwater. Exactly where we get our water from. Where do we get our water from?
From all that.
From all of that, right? This is the Utica Shale territory, and Utica Shale actually lies 7,000 feet below the Marcellus Shale. And you think, you know, in the documentary, you look at the people who are suffering. They're all sick. They turn on the water. We can put a match to the water, to the faucet, and it blows up. That's how toxic it is. The animals, the cat doesn't go outside. It'll get all this fur is off. Got big patches on them. The animals, the horses, forget it. They got big patches of hair missing off of them. That's a film, and I'm going to talk about a lot of documentaries so that you can go home and pull it up on YouTube. If you have Netflix, most of these documentaries are on Netflix. And it's worthwhile sitting down with your family because people need to understand the severity of what's going on with the water. And it's been a long time that before, you know, since the establishment, the construction of the water system, it was established because of the dysentery, because of the cholera, because of the diseases that was in the water. And so now we're back to square one. Okay? So who else pollutes water? Agriculture, big time polluter, right? Flying over, you know, agriculture, big thousands of land of crops growing, and what are they doing? They're spraying. They're spraying pesticides. And what's pesticides? Pesticides are genetically engineered weapons of war. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's talk about it. The industrial community of businesses, automobiles, computers, computer manufacturers, water and wastewater infrastructure technologies, coal, chemical plants, hydroelectric and nuclear power plants. They're leaking all the time, right? They blow up. I mean, it's just medical and R&D, research and development facilities as well. There's a lot of contamination going on in our world. All inventions require water to produce the product that they're making. Everything in this room required water to make. Where does the runoff go? You got to remember there's only 3 places for it to go. It goes into the soil, it goes into the water, it goes into the air. Right? And all of that we need to live. We can't keep contaminating everything. How else are we going to live? Okay? So is your water safe to drink? I'm going to ask you this question several times. Bathe or shower in. This is September the 7th, 2017. And this study was commissioned by the data journalism website ORB and conducted by researchers at the University of Minnesota. What did I say? 94% of American water, and it's everywhere, but we have the highest, 94% microscopic plastics everywhere in our water. We can't even see it, but it's there. It's in our fish, it's in our soil, it's everywhere. And so that's why when I brought the water, I made sure I put it in glass. Okay? Try to get away from all of the plastic that's going on. So our bottled water is safe for human consumption. And for the Earth family, the Earth family it includes everything we have been given dominion over. All life forms, the Earth family. So here's some of the facts. Plastic containers are made from petrochemicals. Bottling is done at the petrochemical plant, right? And water is heated to 185 degrees for pasteurization. They tell you don't leave the water in the bottled water in the car, especially in the summertime. It really doesn't matter the temperature, but they already heated the water. It's economically unsustainable. If you increase the volume, you're going to increase that price. Okay? And environmentally unfriendly to humans and all life forms. Plastic is unfriendly to us. 500 studies. Check out Frederick von Saal, PhD. He has you can go on YouTube, pull up his name. He's lecturing and he's talking about 500 studies. Okay, results from bottled water, obesity, diabetes, and cancers. Okay, there's the link right there. Again, is your water safe to drink? 70% of the earth is water. We know that life is sustained by water. We can go without food, but we can't go without water. Climate change 2012. This was actually the same time that I went out to check out Multipule International. I went out to Las Vegas. I didn't know, well, we knew the storm was coming, but I already booked the flight. So that was the first time I went out to meet them. And the earth is only, what part of the water? The water is 70% of the earth. The earth is only 30. Look what the water's doing. Look what just happened. 9 source point contamination, Hurricane Harvey. Yeah. This is a serious disaster. It's tens of thousands of people left homeless. Yeah. And the water, when you think about it, do you know what the sea brought up onto the land and what was dragged out to the sea? Runoff, yeah. You think of, just look at these pictures. These are real. You look at this one here. This is a marina, and it's all cracked up, and there's fuel. It's being dragged out to the sea. Okay? Now all these people are homeless. What are they going to do? Irma hit the Caribbean islands. And look, I sat for at least a half hour. I could not stop crying. I said, I'm going to get some pictures. And then I got the pictures. And then I ended up just bawling. Just looking at these pictures and the level of devastation. And I don't know what it would be like to live through something like this. But it sure hurts. I know that much. It can leave you without nothing. So we got to ask ourselves, in our systems, we have faucets everywhere, in the bathroom, the kitchen, wherever we have water running, okay? Is it delivered clean? So we got to look at the source of the water, the waterways, the rivers, seas, lakes, estuaries. We got to look at all of that, the wells, the springs. Groundwater is contaminated. Don't think because you have a well that the water is not contaminated, because the CDC and the EPA started a study back in 1971 and it lasted to 2006, and they were looking at the groundwater, okay? And they learned that the contamination seeps right through the soil down into the groundwater. So that's why most people that have homes, that have wells, they have to test their water all the time, okay? Making sure, and with all the stuff that's going on, we got all kinds of stuff underground, okay? Letting the water flows. Okay, polluters, humans, agribusiness, industry, runoff, meat farms. You ever see a meat farm today? It's not the same as it used to be. It's not the same. A lot of places, none of the animals are grazing in the grass. Remember that song, Grazing in the Grass? That's over, right? Nuclear plants, hospitals even. Where does all that waste go? There's only 3 places to go. Okay? It's only 3 places to go. Hydraulic fracturing, the infrastructure. We talked about this. What is the age and useful life of your water infrastructure? And the treatment plant. So, you know, most of the time I get the, if I'm going to work with a person to you know, select for them, you know, a proper water filtration system in their home, I look at the water going into their home. But I also have to take into account the water treatment plant is how many miles away from your home? Then it's got to go through the infrastructure. Then it's got to go into your building. How old are your building pipes? A lot of the waterborne diseases actually are indigenous to the water, like Legionnaires. It lives in all that gunk that I showed you before. That's where it colonizes. It's living there. Okay? So it's you know, it's kind of scary. In-house plumbing, bottled waters, water fountains. Water fountains are water coolers. They're not filtration systems, okay? The schools, preschools, restaurants, hospitals, the offices. These schools, preschools, they're not regulated. They are not regulated. Neither is the restaurants regulated to take all the stuff that's in the hospital. At least the 80 contaminants that are regulated out before they cook and serve you food and everything, okay? It's not done. And so Tap Water Doctor says, look at the disinfection byproducts. They're chemicals, and the chemicals are poisonous. Chlorine is a poison that causes bladder cancer, right? Then it produces the trihelmethanes, and when they put the ammonia in the water, it causes the haloacidic acids, brain injury, cancers, birth defects, miscarriages. All of this is going on. And the hospitals are full with it, right? It's full. Am I right?
It's going to be worse.
It's going to be worse. With all that just came up on the land over there, and they're talking about it hitting. Just before I came here, I told my daughter, she lives in Long Island, bring your behind over to my house, please. Don't stay out there in Long Island and think that everything is going to be cool in the game, because it just might not be. Right? You have to take heed to the warnings. So remember, water is recycled and treated with chemicals. And we only have one water on this earth. One water that's constantly being recycled. Constantly being recycled. Disinfection byproducts of chemicals like chlorine and ammonia. They are known to cause cancer. Filter out your disinfection byproducts before you use your water. In 2004, testing by water utilities has found pollutants in tap water Americans drink. According to the Environmental Working Group, drinking water quality analysis of almost 20 million records obtained from state officials. That's the State Department of Environmental Protection. They're the ones that collect the records, right? More than half of the 300 pollutants in U.S. tap water is there legally, more than half, and it's there legally. And you can consume it. And I mean, when you think about it regionally, it doesn't matter what color you are, what language you speak, what culture, what religion, everybody got the same diseases. It's in the water. And so you have to protect yourself. Okay? Water treatment plants, I just spoke about this, annual water quality reports. They're called the Consumer Confidence Report. The Environmental Protection Agency, EWG.org, or EPA for Environmental Protection Agency. One thing about them, they're putting the data up on their website, but who's going up there to look at it? I am. I don't know why I'm so freaked out about this, but I am. I'm totally like into this, you know, and finding out. I found out so much stuff today. I'm like, they gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me, because every time something happens, the law is put in, then here comes big corporate America and the chemical companies, and they're fighting and they win. They win. They stop the action. Americans, we all have to move, not only just for water filtration, but check out what's going on, and if you can, get out here and start fighting about it, because we're being bombarded. So again, testing is completed hundreds of miles away from New York City and from New Jersey. And what are the results after the water flows through old corroded infrastructure and building pipes? And what about the cross-contamination of the sewer lines? Okay? So is this my reality today? What's up with our water? That's real. That's my house. That was my first filter I took out. This is Brooklyn, luxury building, my sister's place. And she's got everything. She got kidney problems. She got diabetes. She's got everything. This is Newark, New Jersey too, just maybe about a month ago. And you know, the mayor said, just run the water, and then you can use it. And I put up on Facebook, you get the cameras, get the press, you get the water, and I want to see you drink it. That's it.
Is this to Cory Booker?
No, this is Raz Baraka.
Oh.
Cory Booker is the senator now. Okay, we want to take the water, just to plug a budget. The crazy thing about it is, I got a hold of the Municipal Utilities Authority, and when I finished reading it, I read the consulting reports for the wastewater and for the infrastructure water, the drinking water, and it said that once they take it, you have to pay them back in order to get it back. So you want to get $200 million. You don't have $50 million, and you want to get $200 million with debt service, and you think you're going to pay it back. Really? Leave the water. Once they control the water completely, we done. Control the life. So use proper water pre-filtration before you drink, cook, and shower. Add ionization to create a healthy, healing water. Okay? Get some kind of balance going on. So Multipule USA is supplier manufacturer. They've been around since 1970. They've been here for a long time. They're based in Las Vegas, Nevada. They're a leading manufacturer of water filtration systems that are NSF certified. And they're expanding to the East Coast because of the need and public concern. Okay? There's NSF. I found out when I first learned about the company, I went to Consumer Reports because I'm a tech, right? I'm a technician, and so I keep a running account of Consumer Reports. And I said, let me check them out. They got a 90. I'm like, wow, okay, now let me look at the company. And so I looked at the company. It's made in the USA, and the Water Quality Association, Multipule is a member, and they just were awarded the Gold Business Excellence Award, okay? You're talking about years and years from 1970 to now, okay, of surviving all the storms and everything else, right, that happens with business. So the Environmental Working Group, again, this is a fantastic company also. This is research scientists, and what I like about them, they come out and say the truth. Bonnie, I think you know about them already, right?
Totally.
They come out and they speak the truth, and they write it up for you. Right now, there's the new national database on water. Okay, if you go on ewg.org, you can plug in your zip code and find out what's in your water. Okay, and if you do a comparison with the annual water quality report for the prior year, it has to come out May or June. The annual water quality report. What I don't like about that report is that it's just given to people that own their homes. People in apartments, they don't get it. They don't get it. The property owner does. That's not cool, you know. So they did a study of 10 Americans in 2005. Did you see this, Bonnie?
Yeah.
287 contaminants in the umbilical cord blood of newborn babies.
Yeah.
Newborn babies. We all, none of us, came into this world unless our mother's water broke. That's number one. Okay? So the baby's sitting in a sack of water for 9 months. Right? The amniotic fluid. What's in the fluid? Okay? Take a look at this film. This is an excellent, especially for young people, this is an excellent, excellent film. Take a look at this film. It's going to cause you to gasp. Okay? I watched it back in, 2009, 10, and I was like floored. Okay? This is the reality. Before the earth, there was water. Before you were born and grew in a sack of water in your mother's womb. This is the process. You did not enter the world until your mother's water broke. And Christians believe they will enter the kingdom of God until they won't enter it until they go under the water. I'm a Christian. I would like to call myself a Christian. I don't say that I'm a Christian until I'm told I'm a Christian. Okay, so how important is water? And a lot of different religious groups look at water in a very spiritual way as well. Okay, so look at 10 Americans tonight. Your human body is mostly water. Should we consume toxic water? We have been blessed by the Most High and bound together by life's resources, air, water, light, soil, and seed. Without them, there's no life. So family business, make sure your family is healthy. That's everybody's business, right? Water is your medicine. Filter and ionize. That will detoxify your system. Questions? Do you want to provide the best solution? Follow the rules, install NSF certified systems. Okay, I'm going to run through this really quick and show you different models and uses, countertop uses, below sink, inlines, schools, water fountains, ice makers, multi-pure drinking water systems, the Aqualux, Aquaperform, and the Aquaversa. Keep in mind you're already spending money on a continual basis on bottled waters and inferior filters. So I'm going to go through this really quickly. Take a little look at this. A quick look. Because I feel Ella saying, girl, your time is up.
You feel it with your back?
I can feel you. This is the reverse osmosis system. Make sure if you do this one that you're taking in the minerals that you need, because it's going to strip the water dead. Okay? This is the whole house system. This is, I brought this with me. Anybody purchasing a drinking water system, you get you have a choice, free shipping or the emergency system, which comes with 2 filters. And the one thing like these people in Texas need right now are the pills that come with the system. Oh, they're in here. So water that's biologically unsafe, the pills will take care of that. That's what they use, okay? So this is free, is normally $85, or you can choose free shipping. And we have a triple warranty. You got 90 days to commit. You got a lifetime on the housing itself, and you got 12 months on accessories. Again, we got 47 years of success. The perfect holiday gift. It's a perfect holiday gift. By the year 2020, this is a necessity. We would have installed everybody with a drinking water system in their home. I used to think, oh, I'm not going to get a cell phone yet. I'm not going to get everybody. I don't care how poor you are. They all got a cell phone. So you're going to get this. You want to filter your water clean. My business is supported by teamwork. This is happening Wednesday, October the 11th. Multipure is coming to town. You're all invited. I have some of the forms here. This is the addresses, the Richfield Hilton Garden Inn, 70 Challenger Road in Richfield, New Jersey, and Thursday, October the 12th, out in Long Island at the Westbury Hilton Garden Inn. Okay, so that's it.
Thank you.
That's it.